I'm always positive when my friend Lucy is in the Studio 10 kitchen.
Yes.
Lucy, I think this is the first time we've actually seen you in the new year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I know. I'm so glad to be back. People have been texting me, I see you making this, I see you making that.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert, that was not me in the studio for the last 3 weeks. I ditched you guys, but I'm back ready to cook.
I'm so glad you're back. Hey, but last week we aired, I think it was the 15 bean soup with Kaneka. I had someone message me and they're like, I need this recipe right now. So I sent it to them, and then my mother-in-law made it this past week after seeing it. So you have inspired us, even not being live present with us.
To clarify, it was a tape.
It was,
Right,
yes,
right,
yes,
right,
it was
right.
a tape.
Yeah,
It
she
wasn't a
does not have a
hologram
clone.
of Lucy.
She does not have a clone. I know. But you're with us today.
I am. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah,
Yes,
and you're
happy New
making
Year.
another good recipe for us today, especially since it's cold outside.
I know, it's cold outside, and of course, I just love soups. I probably make too many soups, but they're easy.
Yeah.
And this one is really good too. We're gonna make broccoli and cheddar soup today. And of course, like we just said, it's the new year. A lot of people, of course, have certain resolutions that they try to stick with. A lot of ones I've heard, besides just a flat, healthier eating.
Right.
But a lot of people like to try to do like a meatless night for dinner. Soups are a great way to do meat-free. I am gonna use chicken broth in this one, but if you really wanted to, of course, go all the way, you could use veggie broth for sure. And also this one is, a lot of people are budget focused also in the new year. And this one, it makes a really big pot of soup, and there's very few ingredients, and this one's really fairly healthy. I just started with a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in here, and I added 1 small onion that I just chopped up. Oh, I'm not on. And 1 small onion that I chopped up, and I just used 1 bag of shredded carrots, just so that's easy. And then, of course, you can use fresh broccoli, absolutely. But I thought I always have fresh broccoli on hand. I always have frozen broccoli on hand because it's one of the vegetables that my kids eat. And this huge bag is a 3-pound bag of frozen broccoli. I just like to keep it in the freezer. So I'm like, let me just grab this and use that. So what I'm going to start with in here too is also a little bit of garlic powder and some salt and pepper. We're just going to let these veggies cook just for about 10 minutes. Let these soften up over medium heat, and then we'll keep moving.
So nice. I personally don't think you can ever make too many soups. So I appreciate all of your soup recipes. Oftentimes when Lucy makes them, I go home that night or that week and make it and tell my husband, this is what Lucy made, and it was so delicious.
Good.
So this will feed us for a couple of days. Hopefully it'll feed you too. Lucy, for folks who are trying to stay on budget, trying to be healthier, like we just talked about, you guys are a great solution for that at Greer's Markets.
Yes, absolutely. We have, of course, just everyday low price at all of our stores. Most of the stores here are on our cost plus 10% format, which is, the shelf price is our cost, and then it's just 10% at the register, which is our pricing format to compete with all the big box stores and dollar stores and everybody that sells grocery nowadays. So you know that you can get the best value with us, and there's not a limited variety. You can still get everything that you need. And if you want to check out any recipes, all of my recipes are online, greers.com. So if you are, or also just trying to cook more, that's another resolution, just not eating out as much. So every recipe that I share with you guys is simple, because, there's no need to overcomplicate things when we have so many complications in our life. Cooking doesn't need to be another one of them. So
amen. Amen. Amen to that. So when we come back with Joe, Lucy, what are we doing next?
All right, so this will be cooked down, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the broccoli and get that cooking.
All right, sounds good. We will have more with Lucy Greer right after this. Joe?
Do you know Dana Carvey, the Saturday Night Live comedian?
No.
Wow. He played like George Bush, Wayne's World. He was Garth in Wayne's World.
Can I phone a friend?
Anyway, so he had this whole comedy bit how he sings a song about chopping broccoli.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, I have to look it up then.
All right, we are making broccoli cheddar soup. That's the connection. It's all working out.
So you weren't
Lucy
ready
here
to
from
talk
Greer.
broccoli. You weren't lying.
Exactly. All right, so I love a broccoli cheddar soup. I get it frequently. Tell us about your broccoli cheddar soup.
I do not get it frequently. I'm more of a tomato, French onion, but I love all soup. But I've just never really made it, and it's really not my #1 choice. But today I thought I would make one. It's just so easy, and of course, great weather for it. And this recipe is going to either feed you and your spouse for a long time, or you or the whole family. It makes a huge pot. So I started out with a couple tablespoons of olive oil, 1 small onion, and I just grabbed 1 bag of shredded carrots and added some salt and pepper and garlic powder. So I've been cooking that down for about 10 minutes. And then, of course, you can use fresh broccoli, but I didn't want to cut it or clean it. Or chop it. So I just grabbed a really big, this is a 3-pound bag. So like I said, I wanted it to be heavy concentration on the broccoli. You know, sometimes I feel like sometimes when I have had broccoli soup, I don't know, I feel like there's just not as much broccoli in there, and it's like all cheese, which I know is like, hello, who cares? Like, cheese is the best. And we are going to add cheese, but I just wanted it to be a lot of broccoli. So that's just a 3-pound bag. And then I'm going to add 6 cups of chicken broth, and you could use veggie broth too if you wanted to. And I'm just going to bring this up to a boil and then just reduce it just until this broccoli softens. It's going to take about 15 minutes or so.
Well, I'm glad you pointed that out, because if we look at your finished dish here, it looks like the broccoli is all mixed in, whereas the cheese is on top. Whereas I think I'm more familiar with more of a cheddar base with a couple like florets of broccoli.
Yeah, I really did want it to be heavy. And also you can do, and I pureed it. I use my immersion blender, which I know people are like, that girl is obsessed with that thing, but it's just so easy. And I like to, I just like pureed soups, but you could also, if you wanted it chunkier, of course you could, you know, just do a little bit with your immersion blender. You could do a regular blender or just a potato masher and just kind of, you know, do it however you want to, whatever consistency you like. And we are going to add some cheese on, so don't worry. So I'm going to bring this up, and then it won't take too long to soften up.
Greer's into the new year, Mardi Gras right around the corner already.
Yes, we already have king cakes. It's just so hard to believe. And the king cake off is coming up. So we always participate in the king cake off. So we will be there. Our Greer St. Louis market will be there, where they've already started baking king cakes down there. We have normal size, we have little mini ones, we have king cake cupcakes, so that is already down there, and then our other stores also have king cakes out as well, so getting excited.
Lots of Mardi Gras fun to come. Always fun with all of the Greer's locations, especially the ones downtown in the heart of all of it. So go check that out. We will continue to work on our broccoli cheddar soup here in the kitchen. And meantime, I will educate all my friends here on Dana Carvey, one of the greatest comedians of all time.
Welcome back into the kitchen with Lucy on this Wednesday. So in the mornings, I've been trying to do Facebook Lives on my Facebook. And today I started it, and Lucy was walking in and I was walking out, and we got through. You got through the door. But I will say I've had some people comment on that Facebook Live. A lot of them say, broccoli and cheddar soup. And then some of them say, we've got to look up Dana Carvey. So that's our homework.
And we did. Tonight. We did on the break.
Right.
We only watched that one video, though. We did watch the broccoli, and we did laugh.
Yes, we did laugh. So Dana is funny.
He is
from
funny.
Lucy and myself. This is delicious.
Okay, so we started with a small onion and a bag of shredded carrots. Just cook that down, a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, very simple. And then we added, as my mom said, a bag of broccoli as big as me and you to it. It was just a 3-pound bag of frozen broccoli for it. So of course you could use fresh broccoli as well. So we added that in there, and then 6 cups of chicken broth, and I cooked it for probably 10-15 minutes, and that's where we are at this point.
Right.
So the recipe that I made last night, or the batch that I made last night, I used my immersion blender, and at this point I just went to town. I just pureed it, and so as you can see in the bowl, it's really, really smooth. You can do it that way, and so what we're doing right now is just kind of the more what you're used to on a broccoli and cheese soup is a little chunkier. And it has a lot of texture. So you can see that I'm just kind of pulsing it like this, and we'll leave it like that. And of course it breaks up the carrots and the onions and the broccoli. So it really just depends on your preference. So I'm gonna add 2 cans of evaporated milk. And this is, of course, just normal milk. It's just heated, and a lot of that water comes out of it. So it's it's really not any healthier for you than half and half. It has a little less fat than half and half, but it's more affordable than half and half. And also, like I said, I like to use things that I can have in my pantry. I mean, I can keep that, and like I said, I keep broccoli in the freezer, and so it's just nice to have things on hand. And you don't have to worry about, you know, sometimes with heavy cream or half and half, sometimes a little bit of that fat can separate when you add it into a soup, but that's not going to happen with evaporated milk. As you can see, I mean, it's just so creamy and perfect. So I just really like to use it. And now I'm just adding our cheddar. You can use sharp, medium, mild, whatever you like to use. Yeah. And the heat from the heat already in there is going to melt it if you can. You know, sometimes too, I mean, if anybody has cooked a lot, you know, sometimes you add cheese and it's like, oh no, you know, you added it, it was too hot, and sometimes the texture can get a little bit off. So if you can, turn the heat off and just stir it in and it'll melt. But if not, then just turn it on. Make sure your heat is on low. Yeah. So, but of course our soup was already hot, so now we're just stirring it in. So as you can see the difference, you know, you can go totally pureed, you can go just a little bit chunky, and we can see the orange flecks in here. You know, some people are just weird with textures, you know. Yeah. So it's really versatile, of course. And yeah, so this is ready to eat. This was a great freezer item. You know, once you cool it down and freeze it, of course, it would take you and Johnny like a year to eat this. And a lot of people get, yeah, you don't have to cook for a while. I like that. I know, I like that too. So this would be great, a great freezer option too. So it is ready to go. Very simple, very affordable, and it really comes together easy. This is definitely a, you know, a weeknight meal that you could do. It'd be great to make it on a Sunday and have it all week too. So
love it. Well, Lucy, we're running short on time. We will have this recipe on our website, fox10tv.com. Of course, they can download your app or visit you in store, Lucy.
Yes.
All right.
Look out for me. I'm out there all the time.
Yes. We're going to go watch more Dana Carvey videos. We'll see you next.